Now to more of our top stories right here at 4 o'clock. New testimony suggests celebrity super chef Darnell Ferguson had his 3 children with him around the time he's accused of choking his estranged wife. Ferguson was back in court today over Zoom from an incident that happened on January the 2nd. He was arrested last week. WHAS 11's Isaiah Kim Martinez was in court for the probable cause hearing. Isaiah, who was called to the stand in this case?
Well, Shay, it was St. Matthew's detective Mark Richardson. He was actually the only witness called today to share the evidence he's gathered in this case. The whole point, of course, to convince a grand jury to push it forward. Now, we want to warn you, the details you're about to see here in this story are disturbing.
Mr. Ferguson is present on Zoom.
Yes, Your Honor.
While our cameras couldn't get a view of the well-known Food Network star, Darnell Ferguson did appear virtually for the court hearing that sets the path of whether his case goes to trial. Ferguson is charged with 2 felonies, burglary and strangulation, for a violent exchange at the home of the woman deemed to be his estranged wife and mother of their 3 young children.
Do you swear or affirm the information to give the court will be the truth?
I do.
St. Matthew's detective Mark Richardson, the lead on this case, asked to detail the evidence collected.
He put both of his hands around her throat and started to strangle her. As he did that, according to Ms. Ferguson, he said, "I'm going to kill you." The next thing she remembers, she was on the floor.
Richardson says based on conversations with Ferguson's wife, the couple is separated and going through a divorce.
Good morning, Judge.
He says Ferguson called his wife multiple times the night prior to the incident and got no answer. The next morning, Ferguson allegedly drove to her home with their 3 children in the car and entered the house without permission to find his wife and another man in bed together.
The victim and Mr. Ferguson got into a verbal argument.
The detective testifying that the argument turned physical.
He ripped her shorts off that she had on, asked her to spread her legs, and then pointed to her genitalia and said, "That's mine and no one else's." He calmed down a little bit, stated that he was sorry, then said, "You need to get yourself together. The kids are here. They're going to be coming inside."
Ferguson's attorneys argue there isn't enough evidence to support the felony charges.
There's no evidence that she's told him, hey, you need to leave, even based on just hearing her side of the story.
Prosecutors, though, not buying that reasoning.
He acted very calm and collected and cleared the room of witnesses. And then he dealt with the problem, which was her.
And the evidence will be presented to a grand jury. That's on February 19th. Meanwhile, the judge ultimately decided to keep the strangulation and burglary charges, but threw out a theft charge. Shay.
Isaiah, thank you very much. Ferguson has pleaded not guilty. He's out on bond now and ordered to have no contact with the victim. Today, the judge denied a request to increase his bond, which was set at $10,000.